Okay, this is one of my most latest works which I've completed. I've seen this done a few times over the internet on YouTube. Just thought I'd show my interpretation, and also initially I thought it was quite hard to design, but surprisingly it did start off being a bit of a long exhausting ordeal, but it's turned out quite well, and I've managed to make 5 of these Hulkbusters manufactured by Hasbro. The sculpting and the plastic molds on these actually look quite impressive, and they look even more impressive after you've sprayed and detailed them and installed some LED lights. So what I've done is I've installed LED lights on all areas of the Hulkbuster as per the movie, as if try to assimilate as much as possible to the movie Hulkbuster with the lights where they're supposed to be. Also added some details. As you can see, I've done a red, white, black, silver. Was going to do a gold version, but figured that the combination of gold and a mixed colour would look quite nice, and I didn't want to spoil it with just a one colour. So in detail, if I was to turn off these lights and just give you a quick idea of what other works can be seen on the base of the, just get the focus back here, down. If I was to pick this white one up, you'd be able to see on the base there's also the LED lights on all of them. All of them actually have it. So on the back, and they all go through a side switch in which I've installed, all of which, just as a hobby, I like to do these things and just make them look, or try to make them look realistic as much as possible. Although at the end of the day they are toys and it is a hobby, and in spare time I will actually go and do these, and probably one day put them in the cinema room. Just looking at them, you can see what I've done is I've applied some car paint or car spray paint on the surface, but whilst beforehand I had to actually sand them down, do a lot of prep work before I could actually get the paint to stick. The first one, which is the one you see in the center, actually had a couple of glitches and problems, although I still like the rustic look in which I've created in it, and I've kept it and I haven't disposed of it. The others actually I've done a better refined job, and I've sanded them down so the paint is more, let's say, sticks better to the actual plastic that I was working on. On top of that, I'm not an electrician, so I've seen other guys actually link them up to the actual main switchboard where it controls the speech on this particular figurine. They all talk.
I need an upgrade. 143, Shultron, now!
So they all make comments. So I'm holding my camera as I'm doing this. Centerpiece, I actually screwed up the motherboard while I was soldering and trying to actually put together the wiring, and this one's all for show, basically just lights. But all these ones,
Avengers, assemble!
they talk. The black one.
Let's armor up! Oh yeah, this is power.
So it's an interesting combination to have all of them at once go talking and making. Aside from that, I really don't really like the sounds that they make, so I tend to rather just have them on display lights without those sounds. I prefer it. It makes them feel like they're a toy when they're actually talking.
Rerouting power to arc reactor.
As you can see, that one's still going. That was my second attempt.
This is power. Rerouting power to arc reactor.
They're going like crazy now. Yep, they're going like crazy. The first one, as I was saying, that secondary red one, this was mark number 1, which I created. Then there was mark number 2. Then the black, which is 3. Then the white, which is 4. And then there was the silver, which is still in progress because I've still got to do the details and the shading, which is mark number 5. So that's it. I've got other projects on as well. These things I might actually put in the movie cinema room once they're all complete, but it's a hobby, and I've got a creative side in which I need to actually show people, and never really got the chance to show it, so YouTube is a blessing. Alright, this is John signing off. Thanks for watching.